Welcome, everyone. I'm Tiffany Edwards, Regional Director at Apprenti. Today, I'm joined by Apprentis co-founder and Executive Director Jennifer Carlson, as well as Maurice Jones, CEO of OneTen. Today, we're going to learn a little bit more about both OneTen and Apprenti. Then we'll engage our esteemed leaders in conversation. We'll start with you, Maurice. Please tell us about your powerful organization, OneTen.
OneTen is a coalition now of about 65 companies, about 100 talent development organizations, great organizations like Apprenti. And we are coming together to pursue the North Star of hiring, promoting, and advancing 1 million Black talent who don't yet have 4-year degrees into family-sustaining jobs and careers over the next 10 years. So obviously the other two big pieces of this journey are Black talent without 4-year degrees, and then wraparound support providers, organizations that can provide coaching and mentoring and transportation and childcare. It is that coalition that, working as a high functioning team across the country, will pursue our North Star. So delighted to be talking to you about it and delighted to be partnering with Apprenti on this journey.
Well, thank you, Maurice. It's incredible to witness the impact OneTen is having and will have. Now I'd like to hear from you, Jennifer. Please tell us about Apprenti.
Well, thanks, Tiff, and thank you very much, Maurice. We appreciate our partnership with OneTen as well. Apprenti is a nationally registered tech apprenticeship program that I founded in partnership with the Washington Technology Industry Association in 2015. And we're the first nationally registered tech apprenticeship program in the United States. And we're functioning in the role of building out an additional pipeline for talent development and bringing in people for non-traditional backgrounds to fill tech roles that we can't build on our own through the traditional tracks of the university system. And our partnership with you is in perfect alignment from a mission perspective, as we are a 501c3 nonprofit and built to be so to support the industry, meaning the tech world. Since all companies are tech companies, it's no longer simply a tech industry as a coalition of companies. And the function that we have is not only to identify that non-traditional talent, it is to shift culture in companies towards looking beyond college degrees as a principal form for determining somebody's competency or ability to do the work, and then to attract people from highly underrepresented backgrounds in the tech sector. And so our focus is like you on underrepresented minorities, women, veterans, and persons with disabilities, and to reskill them into these middle skill jobs that have great living wages and career progression, and kind of start to change the paradigm for how we create talent, how we define talent, and how we create opportunity in the US.
Wow, thank you, Jennifer. I'd like to engage you both now in a conversation about how our two organizations align in our missions. Maurice, let's start with you. I've got a couple of questions that I'll share with each of you. Let's start, Maurice. Please share with me, what is the future of Black talent? And tell us about the challenges you're currently facing in the future.
So in terms of the future for Black talent, let me just stipulate at the outset, I'm a naive optimist. What I see is a future full of opportunity. I see a future in which Black talent has the opportunity to partner more with great organizations like Apprenti, and will have the opportunity to earn their way into the middle class in a much greater extent, or to a much greater extent, because we have this movement that our two organizations are really a part of, where the corporate sector, employers in general, are really, really starting to focus more on skills, the skills that they need talent to have on day one, the skills that they need talent to be able to continue to enhance over time for advancement and for promotion. And that movement that our organizations happen to be a part of right now will definitely make, and I shouldn't say will definitely make, is in the process of making the workforce more accessible, making the workforce more diverse, making the workforce a place where more Black talent can not just enter, but enter and thrive. And so I see the future for Black talent as being one that is full of opportunity, full of chances. The key will be our ability to partner with Black talent, to make sure that Black talent really can have access to the great organizations like Apprenti and to those other things that they need in order to truly thrive. The childcare piece, right? The transportation piece, the coaching piece, the mentoring piece, the focus on mental health and mental wellness. That package, that ecosystem is what I see the possibility of us in the country, across the country, doing at a much better and a much more scaled level, and therefore ensuring that Black talent, which is on the sideline right now to a large extent, not entirely, but to a large extent, gets pulled into these organizations and helps us to become a more perfect union and a more competitive place on the global economic playing field. That's what I believe is the promise of this moment, and is the vision that we're now working toward. And it's all about team. We've got to put together a high functioning team here.
Right. I love that, Maurice. I want to lean in a little bit more about your notion of accessibility and visibility. I get it. I understand that. But one thing that I'd love to discuss with you is, tell me a little bit about what role do you envision apprenticeship models in enabling OneTen to reach ambitious goals, because they are ambitious.
Yeah. Apprenticeship models are amongst the most powerful models that are available for this work. The combination of, if you're on the talent side, the ability to earn and learn simultaneously. There are people who have the resources, who have other assets in place that allow them to segregate earning and learning, right? They can go to school for a while and afford to do that, and then go into the workplace. For the overwhelming bulk, honestly, of the country, both incumbent workers and others, you can't afford not to earn while you're learning. Apprenticeships is this great vehicle that allows talent to do both. Continue to pay your bills while you're upgrading your skills, right? And from the perspective of the employer, it gives you this great opportunity, frankly, to see the talent, to understand better the muscles that the talent actually has, and frankly, to build a relationship that is about proximity. And that allows also the companies to have a better appreciation of the talent, and also a better sense of what they need to do to be better by the talent, to get the best out of the talent, to build a kind of relationship that they need. So this vehicle that allows earning and learning simultaneously, it is my aspiration that we surpass all countries in the world in the use of apprenticeships for earning and learning, for training and development, sourcing talent, upskilling talent. We're not there yet as a country, but I think the opportunity to be so is fabulous because we have organizations like you all who can help us get there. And the prospects for us becoming a more perfect union by using apprenticeships more is right at our fingertips if we can grab it.
Wow, thank you, Maurice. Very inspiring. Keep doing the great work that you're doing at OneTen. Jennifer, I'd like to pull you into this conversation as well. Can you share with us how Apprentice supporting OneTen's mission, and how does Apprentice solve for the challenges Black talent faces today?
Yeah, I think, everything Maurice said is spot on. I think we're at a perfect inflection point of opportunity right now to finally get companies to think differently about how they identify talent because of the long running shortage they've had, and the more competitive landscape globally that is no longer creating as much opportunity to offshore the roles. We've made a pretty compelling case in the United States for finding that talent in our own backyard and for more economically reskilling it domestically. And so, Apprenti's role is to complement what OneTen is doing in drawing in a population of people who haven't seen an opportunity or a pathway that was conducive for them to be able to pay bills and build skills at the same time, as you said. But also work with companies. Our function is as the company intermediary, and that means we serve to manage an apprenticeship process to the degree a company needs that support, to bring in the diverse talent through organizations like OneTen, to partner on how to work through the culture change that is required within a company, to think about onboarding talent from non-traditional backgrounds because of the way the company was built internally based on the principle of the college degree. So it is not about changing your expectations or lowering an expectation. It is about cultivating talent to meet your expectation that didn't come through the traditional channel. And let's really be clear, because I think I'd be remiss if I didn't point this out. This is non-population specific or individual group specific. When I say companies are finally coming to that realization that universities are a finite population, there isn't capacity at the college level to produce more talent. Demand isn't changing the supply that's coming through. And therefore, the definition of insanity is you have to do something different or you'll keep getting the same result. Well, when I hear companies talk about, I keep going to the college ranks and I can't find diverse talent, well, that's because there wasn't that level of diversity in the talent pool there to begin with. So definition of insanity. Concurrently, the idea that there's capacity, that schools are under-enrolled in technology roles. There is less than a 3% gap of under-enrollment at the smallest schools. So it's a finite potential of talent, which means that our costs are only going to continue to go up. I jokingly say this to companies, well, maybe half jokingly say this to companies, do a 5-year regression analysis in your tech department on salary and benefits and compare that jump in 5 years to the cost of going out and cultivating talent for all your open seats. And you will find that you can make a significantly lower investment and start to level off that cost point of hiring if we just stop poaching from each other and moving the same person around the chessboard, right? And so that idea that there's talent out there that can be cultivated, I echo your sentiments, Maurice, 100%, that apprenticeship in most parts of the globe are a 70-30 and engagement. And university in Europe is 30%, apprenticeship is 70%. Asia, very similar numbers. And we have that college track where 30% go, but not 30% finish. And then we start talking on diverse levels and it's even lower. And that paradigm isn't going to shift if we don't systematically make investment on a public and private level towards changing that paradigm. And apprenticeship is the one to invest in. It's a globally recognized system. And it's that combination of classroom mixed with on-job skills. And there are a lot of economic benefits for the company to do that. And that's where we help leverage all of those resources for the company so that they can stand that system up. And at the same time, provide the systems and supports for the apprentices to be able to get through the training needed and all of the personal supports that they may need to get into that job opportunity.
Thank you for that, Jennifer. I just want to lean into one final question, and this is for the both of you, and I'll start with Maurice. If folks watching this back want to get involved with your organizations, how can they do it?
So we have four kinds of players, right? We have employers who we need at the table, who are willing to provide jobs that don't require a four-year degree, that pay family sustaining wages that Black talent without four-year degrees can compete for. We also need them to be looking at their job requisitions, their job descriptions, and remove the four-year degree requirement where it's not related to where it's not the only path to the skills needed to do the job. We need great organizations like Apprenti, talent developers, who can invest in and equip talent with technical skills, with durable skills to compete for these job opportunities and to continue to pursue advancement and promotion. We need organizations that provide the wraparound supports, the coaching and the mentoring and the childcare, et cetera. And obviously we need Black talent. We need Black talent who are hungry and who are ambitious and who are willing to partner in order to capture these opportunities. We need all of that. And people can contact us through our website at OneTen.org. They can contact me directly at maurice.jones@oneten.org. Those are ways that they can get a hold of us. And those are the kinds of partners that we're trying to aggregate in order to do this work.
Thank you for that. And I'll pose the same question to you, Jennifer. What do people need to do to get in contact with Apprenti?
Yeah, very similar. I mean, this is an ecosystem. So we work with employers, we work with consumers. And so for applicants and candidates interested in becoming an apprentice, go to apprenticareers.org and apply. It is free. There's a skills assessment. It's math and logic and critical thinking. Get in there, take that assessment. And as Maurice said, be aggressive, be hungry, be willing to work hard, but it will pay dividends and rewards for you in the end. That's wonderful for us on the candidate side. On the employer side, same thing, apprenticareers.org. Take a look at what we offer and what kinds of services we can provide to you, from a full soup to nuts offering of the entire apprenticeship model versus the ability to do something more bespoke for your company if you have pieces and parts of it. And then feel free to reach out to me directly. Carlson, Carlson at apprenticareers.org. And I will make sure that you get to Tiffany or one of a few other folks on the team who will work directly with you in getting you set up in our system so that we can help deliver that incredible talent to you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure speaking with both of you today. Jennifer Carlson, Executive Director and Co-founder of Apprenti, and Maurice Jones, CEO of OneTen. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.